Obviously, I'm more about daily update TV. So, Mahama, wa appointed Charlotte Osei, former EC boss, wa appointed no, say board member of Ghana Girls because Charlotte Osei you be a wabo ejuma pa into no Mahama so a brain do say obeborn abaso into wa hwehwe man or the na kwahye Ghana Girls say onko board member onko no kwahye sa office no on fen di juma embo reset agenda no. God bless you. We na that screen so yen saka no Esther Ayonsu was Esther Ayonsu ko Esther on Facebook and just say on sabeka Charlotte say God bless you. Stay tuned.
Making such comment. Amanfo bebre kasa afenyo making Canada and Mami Canada. Alaska. These are people who, according to records, have certain bit of knowledge about law.
That's right.
But so when you're lawyer, now what in China, now we are very smart and very intelligent, and now for do arms. Now you listen to people who are supposed to have in-depth knowledge about law when they are speaking like Sabi Obia Oye Fundaka. Na onim emra ho hwe.
So Obia Oye Fundaka.
Na speaking to law, menka so Obi Fundaka onye ni power.
Oh no, like
yes, but you see, we know that those people that is their job.
That's right.
On study law, and the one he's speaking to issues of constitutional matters, Alaska, you will not find that clarity. But this is a situation where people who are supposed to know better, know law, are speaking like Sabi Obia. Or need that particular for like I just say word I may find describe it. Kasa tum, all because they are driven by raw sheer emotions. That is a problem. And I think that over the years, Nema Adi Nya Akroma because of this level of dishonesty on the part of some of so-called elite. These jump over elite. Alaska. They are not candid, they are not honest, and they are there just to serve personal interest in us. Whenever Adibi in court in their favor, no, they will find everything possible to make it look like this whole thing is a bad thing. My question is that whether it is Sofia Kufu, whether it is the MPP, whether it is Ghana Bar Association or whoever, are you very peeved about the ongoing process? Let them tell us what exactly or at what point the processes as has been outlined so far.
That's right.
The processes that we've gone through so far. Which aspect of it?
And
in direct contravention of established rules of engagement. Or if you go under Article 146, where? So if you are speaking like the process is unfair, the process is whatever, just speak to fact. This is not about emotional campaign or emotional crusade. But what they are doing is some form of an emotional crusade and people are embarking on. It is not about whether you like the person or you don't like the person.
That's right.
Now in the past, those who suffer similar fate, was it about likeness? Was it about emotions? Because I've mentioned several times that there are a lot of people who must suffer similar fate. Akufo-Addo sake 4 lawyers, 4 judges. President Mahama Sake, your friends are Shraj boss. No level is the same as a high court judge. These people have suffered similar fate. They were treated fairly. So that is what I'm saying, sir. When you get to a certain level now, Alaska, there are certain basic elements. You don't break them. When you breach them, you breach your own integrity.
That's right.
When you breach basic element of logic, reasoning, and common sense in your line of argument, you breach your own integrity because any sensible person will know that no, you are going emotional haywire. You are not making any sense. So now, no matter Ghana Bar Association for say the resolution bar, you see. These people, they've reduced themselves into an army of comic individuals who are there. Sabi, Obia himself, Ghana Bar Association, the purpose is supposed to serve, Alaska, it is no longer serving that particular purpose. Now, about a political movement. Cheer a certain political agenda. Because now, an opinion may be say, say, Akroma, Ghana Bar Association will Akroma say. And in the last 8 years, and some Hununi and some Fun Akoso Akroma say, democracy na yebu ni komu no. Ghana democracy na at some point in time, young people were cheering for coup d'etat. It got to a point your democracy nka yebu ni komu. Yet democracy has never in its history been stretched to its limit than we experienced under Akufo-Addo. The judiciary now came under severe attack because there were some maneuverings, there were some executive, you're saying, manipulations in as if there was a deliberate attempt to pack the court, and a whole lot of stuff were done. We never on a single occasion heard from this bunch of individuals who are now out there barking like dogs. Alaska, when you do some of these things, people will not take you serious. Because there is this street assumption out there, say, oh, a lawyer there, or more there. But the Ghana in recent time we've known, say, I'm for free school by a lawyer, even do political stages or say, Alaska. Obi onse classroom da kwa na toda na so omfa so. You listen to some of them on radio.
Abronya ye lawyer.
Omo kasa Alaska, the poverty of intellect. That more nyansa wom chen people. I'm not saying say all of them. Because there are smart, intelligent, respectable lawyers in this country. But it looks as if say in recent time no, there has been a hostile infiltration of some caliber of people they don't argue on any line of reasoning argument. It's about raw emotions and public sentiment. And no more happy. But Alaska, you have nothing to do with emotions. You have nothing to do with public sentiment. You argue fact. You argue logic. You argue reasoning, common sense. These are your cardinal principles upon which you premise every argument to make any argument. It is some people will find reason. People will find basis for your argument and they support you. Ghana Bar Association, I'm told, they run to about 5,000 people.
That's right.
They go to a conference to pass a resolution and 52 people show up. Some abstain. Alaska, which serious institution in this assassin way so? And 5,000 people, 52 they show up. Now you form resolution.
That's right.
And bunch of attention seekers. They just want their voices to be heard. They just want to be relevant. And then some more canon, so it's not premised on anything sensible.
That's right.
Because some more canon. So far, Obi a true petition, they come out John Mahama. John Mahama, they come out Council of State. Council of State, I go through the process. Almost say there is merit. We need to establish a committee. A committee has been established. The Chief Justice has been given a chance. Say on your final response and I say for number. Alaska. From the start to this point, where?
And are you unconstitutional?
And are you unconstitutional? And the way a lawyer now can say a certain portion is unconstitutional. You are not a coffee maker, you are a lawyer. Argue law.
That's right.
Premise the argument on something that is grounded in law.
Because no matter the noise, the law is the law.
Because Alaska, arguments, will not be based on emotions. It will be based on factual, credible evidence. There has been an infraction. There has been some kind of contravention. Yeah, this provision, this. When you start speaking like this, then people know, oh yes, John Mahama bond the team pose or Baba say a judiciary, and all your way. But that's not now. Processes now go through, no, until recently Akufo-Addo went through the same process. The only difference is that Akufo-Addo trusts it at the prima facie phase. Mahama has continued.
That's right.
That is the only difference. And where the president has suspended the Chief Justice, if you go to the Constitution, it's quite clear. Red and black. Your friends say red and blue or red and black.
That's right.
The Constitution says, it may establish that prima facie no way. Now, you can set up a committee. Alaska, from that point going, the president may. I'm saying, that is a discretionary injunction. Every lawyer way. This is an explicit thing. You don't even need to go to Makola to understand this. There is a constitutional injunction. It's a discretionary injunction on the president to exercise that power. Ghana Bar Association has no power. Former Chief Justice has no power. Nobody. It is only the president that has power to either exercise it or let it go. And if he has decided to exercise it, nobody can say, I don't know why it's unconstitutional. Unless Obi or any constitutional basis to justify otherwise. And yes, as a stand now, Alaska, what's the argument and all these people are making? What is it? Omubietime premise this whole thing or anything? Or say President Mahama, I don't know, it's unfair. And unfair is an emotional, is somebody
that's right.
who has emotionally gone berserk. and you are just expressing sentiment. This is not law. It's not your friends a legal argument. The ekosono I am brasem ne dey adwuma. And my culture said me why I support this particular thing. It's not about the Chief Justice. Me nimno.
It's about the office.
It's about the sanctity and the integrity of one of the foundational institutions of our democracy, which is the judiciary. We cannot lose it. Because my culture says we can get executive for being in the same hunu. You bring your parliament or moody or same political football no more. But judiciary, we cannot toy because your integration, your coercion, everything is contingent on how strong this institution is. We cannot have a judiciary where people can just manipulate it, swindle things to their personal advantage. We can't have that. And if you are Ghana Bar Association and you are not worried about the recent decline that our judiciary has been exposed to, then it means, hey, something is wrong. Alaska, if you are a lawyer in this country and you are not concerned or worried about the downward trend that your judiciary not taking in the last 80 years, you must be crazy. Yes, because every reasonable person will know, say, something has gone wrong. If nothing at all, cry, just on the face value, Alaska. You are the apex court of the land, Kotenasi the ruling bar.
That's right.
And the ruling is deemed very silly, very unreasonable by people on social media who have no knowledge about law. But because they can calibrate through reasoning, common sense, and logic, they can use these three. Because my culture says, law now, what's in is circulating within these three parameters.
That's right.
Any law that is devoid of logic, reasoning, and common sense, it is no law. That is why
those members, majority now your former government appointees. And at the end of they are fighting, fighting, so they are double no, follow the trend. You don't make your integrity a casualty. Exactly. I like the way
you can opt out and fight for Chief Justice. Me, I'm a lawyer. Me free say, but don't hide behind Ghana Bar Association.
That's right.
Because in the first place, the institution need credibility in the eyes of right-thinking Ghanaians.
Yes, that's right.
There are people who are lawyers in this country. They don't even regard that so-called Ghana Bar Association. They don't. What has
but I think, sir, I was saying there must be another association. Exactly. That proposal,
I think they can.
They have to do that.
They can. Because you see, this particular thing has been weaponized and become more or less like a political tool. They only become activated when John Mahama is in power.
When NDC is in power.
Okay. They only become activated just to be used as a tool to go after people. And America said, no, the political landscape is standing around. You don't need to be a lawyer to be reasonable. Because I know a lot of smart, intelligent people who are super intelligent, more than any of these people making noise out there. These people have never even been to. And these people are an embarrassment to the law profession. I remember the last somewhere, my friend Madame, one of the biggest professor in this country, and I told him, I said, why am I say me call law school? Because unum argument. Also, so no alternatives no here near my man for a year. I said, na hom te ye na bufu because law na yakosia na ye de be boa to build society no abaya chinjeje Ghana nkwane lawyers adan chinjeje for edu ko TV so anopa wait the same argument we can kwasasem one we can kwasasem wa just say unhu nyansasem bi
and it's not backed by with the omakosia
no
but with emotions.
They are trading emotions. So these people have betrayed their core things that they have learnt at school, and they're just trading emotions, embarrassing themselves here and there.
Okay, in conclusion,
so, things we are supposed to learn and help us here to build this society, and then people have weaponized it, and instead of saying they the law they are weaponizing and do any move BS or mind the corner nimbia na the court young sign. But the whole essence of learning law is to advance society. Sabaya young for memra never to me and making sure say quiet nim weaving legal framework policy in as a for now legal framework be a beb guiding as a for but deviate people are just learning law just to be judging obisu say me pesa me policy they say me question law. He doesn't even understand why they are learning all of this. You understand? So for me, Ghana Bar Association is a rogue institution. You can't rogue out as or might be North Korea or no Ankasa and Hono or you be cool, Sano Motia. Just say they are just waiting for way. It's a political tool, and I'm not sure say any serious person will take them serious. They've lost their relevance, and the Omoyan people should see them say they are rogue elements who are fighting for a particular political cause.
Okay.
Chief Justice in Nasepono Mokosoro say Omunim say Obiat from Ra position portion na Emrania from no and discuss it. Say Omodeba Nampa Mahama from Emra. You better studio ha. We will tell him to correct those wrong. But until that, and people who submitted a petition time and time have told us that these are not politically exposed individuals.
That's right.
Police ni or no obina defraud no Thomas Asema no bro ni be girlfriend. And na Koforidua takrade beachfront asase. And na bro ni no free Netherlands o tukwan. Enti all kono. And na am saying the girlfriend no ko forge documents power of attorney. Say bro ni no say on town sa beachfront no. And na okoton asase ma police ni. And na police ni toy. Enti I think say obi tie ho kire bro ni say na o beachfront na da han waton say me ton say o girlfriend aton. And na say no buy na the court. And na court no ka kire police ni say na we police ni we lawyer. I don't think wanya due diligence. Now with me ma oba we ko forge documents but on ade na ma bra broni na nkasa nya ne de because power of attorney na or the buy o gina so e to free ne ho no e fake. Okay. Ono okoye no Medina yes Medina o say hefa baby do me baby e na okoye dem na okoye ye na obi a wo ye lawyer na wa ma oba onye lawyer atimi de na dwea bitiu afrodu say e na branch the time ade ne court na yebugu police ni so no so on tia se oji de sika e na otam asem no e be pie Supreme Court e no ho and I yasan bugu ni so a Chief Justice gu nanim ase say we are a senior lawyer, you are incompetent, blah blah. Oko can say I disagree with you. Ma America say yan chino na yan fa ntum and I yet no na yakɔ detainee no and ho sansam. So I may say in some no say wutie Genesis ba be free ba a pure personal issue. It has nothing to do with the government, NDC or John Mahama and the other issues. A audit, no Akroma. A state institution, the audit service, a audit of all institutions, including the judiciary.
Exactly.
Somebody got a copy of that particular audit. There has been serious financial infractions because Chief Justice, you say who took one for security qua. Wouldn't even time security in Sinchasa made the baby sin a nine. A tiamra, one we Chief Justice. Now, so one to me, I'm hodu and running near my idea guha. Fine be the bayer, and the Nemana we an a breach. Code of actors in your code of where the Juma. Entino, me a chow the Aquajina,